Hi, here is a short and I promise short introduction to tangrams. Unfortunately, we're not there face to face, so we don't actually get to play with the buckets of tangrams that I have sitting in my office. But I posted on Canvas a sheet. Actually, it's two sheets. You print it out, it could go front and back, but print them out one side each so that you can actually cut these things apart. You can make your own set of tangrams and see how these things fit together. Tangrams are cool. I actually come up with this activity years ago when I was doing a program called Freshman Discovery, when they got the freshmen into the high school to work on various activities. And I had to come up with an activity that would work for every level of freshmen, from the special needs freshmen that were going to be in their own contained classroom all the way up through the freshmen that were like 2 years ahead in honors math courses. So what math activity could I come up with that worked for everybody? And I came up with this thing. And that's actually one of the first times I saw tangrams. And here they are. You can take a set of 7 shapes and form them together, and they form a tangram. So there's 2 large triangles, 2 small triangles, a medium triangle, a square, and a parallelogram. So this is what it looks like when you put them all together. So here is your big triangle, right? Here's the big triangle. Here's the other big triangle. Then you got a couple of smaller triangles. So here's a small triangle, and here's a small triangle. This is the medium-sized triangle. And it's also a right triangle because it hits that corner of the square. This thing over here is actually your square. And this piece down here is your parallelogram. So it's possible to take these 7 pieces, cut them apart. Now you've got them spread out in front of you. What can you do with this? Well, you can make all kinds of fun shapes. And that's what is on the back over here. So the first couple, right, the duck and the candle, are easy to see because you can see how these things fit together. Then they get more challenging as you go along. The idea is that these things that I came up with are supposed to use all 7 pieces in every one. So you can't cheat and go, well, look, I made the parallelogram by plopping that one little parallelogram down. Done. Nope, you need all 7 pieces to make every one of these. And you can see how sometimes if you put it one way and it doesn't quite work, you can flip it, rotate it, flip it the other way to try to make them all fit. All right, the house is kind of a neat one. The number 1 you're going to have to take and flip a couple of times. Same thing with the cat. The watering can is probably the hardest. The runner looks like he's missing the bottom, but his foot is actually on the bottom and it makes a triangle. I've used this so many times that when I went to go scan it, I cut the bottom of it off accidentally. But that runner actually does have a triangle on the bottom of his foot. So play around with these a little bit. If you have a set of tangrams at home, that's even better. But you can always take the one that I put up on Canvas, print it out, cut it apart, and then just use those shapes to form these various things. If you get done with them and you want the answers, I have an answer key that shows you where some of those pieces go. So if you're getting frustrated like you can't get the number 1 to match up just right, let me know. I'll give you the answers to that. But that's your roughly 3-minute introduction to tangrams.